Okay, so one thing that I realized, I forgot to adjust my mic, so that's probably not good. But anyways, here's Celsior review because I have it now, and that's cool. So it's a pretty cool car. Um, so out of the, why did I click favorites? I don't know. Anyways, out of the season cars, there's only two of them that can fly. That would be the crew capsule and the Celsior, which is for this season. I don't know where the heck it is. It's not mine. Oh, it's right there. Anyways, crew capsule is, like I said, the only other one. I only know from the wiki and very little from my friend who has it. According to what I saw from my friend, is I would assume, I'd say like right over there if you were like on that little mountain right there, that where my mouse is. If you were to go, probably in the water or something. Anyways, Celsior has pretty low max height, but it has decently good stats. Let's hop in, and right before we go in, let's look at the car itself. So in my opinion, it looks like a Bugatti. There's probably some fancy hypercar out there that this looks more like, but I'm just gonna say Bugatti because I'm uncultured. This actually like dips in the front, and I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, it has like little sockets where where the jets come out. Has wheels that don't turn. I already checked that. Has some exhaust pipes. Has big glass piece up top, and the doors are one piece for both front and back seats. The chairs themselves are very cool. It has like the chair, and it has two pads on it, which I think is really cool. So the noise I think is pretty cool. My friend doesn't like it. I don't know why, but I do. So it makes this whole piece just this glass just one big piece. So there's two big pieces of glass. If you go into first person, yeah, you can see it looks cool. Turn the lights off too. It's pretty cool. And I think that's pretty cool. Similar to the concept. So because I'm going to get really bad irritants the whole time, I'm just going to put this skin on because it's what I use anyways. So it can go this high off ground. I can't talk to him, sorry. So how high it can go up is determined by the ground under it. So if I'm here, it goes that much up. If I'm down here, it goes that much up. So one thing that is a little bit weird when you're using it, oh, by the way, right before I get distracted, it can go 114 max speed. It goes up and down a little depending on if you're increasing or decreasing height. But one thing that is odd is if I'm going at this height and then say I go to fly over here, it's not gonna like go to the max height that it can on here. It's gonna stay at this height. So for example, if you're going up this little ledge right here, then it's gonna stay at that height instead of increasing. So you're gonna have to hold E if you plan to go over terrain or anything like that. You have to hold E. Now, this car is pretty useful, though it's not like as efficient as a helicopter. It is pretty cool and really fun to drive, and a lot of style points. Now, this is useful for a handful of ways, such as, well, a lot of police don't expect you if they're not looking directly at you, and a lot of them will just like tap you really quick. And this has like some crazy handling on it for a flying vehicle that can go this fast. Like, this is really stable and just like feels really good. So you can easily like weave out of the way of cops, and they can very easily miss you, which I think is pretty useful. Come on. Alright, let's continue. Sorry, I got a call. Oh nice, it's night now. Anyway, you can see like this thing looks, I have tinted matte black glass on right now, and it's at 20% tint or visibility. And you can see this thing looks pretty dang cool from the outside. Anyways, so the car itself performs pretty well. It can go over most smaller things, not higher things like two-story house or large mountains. Can go up mountains, but it's a bit difficult sometimes. So one thing that is kind of cool is that if you turn the lights off and you go down, not here because this is just like a little river, but then you can go in the ocean, and I don't think people are gonna notice you very much. Now, this is kind of in the same boat as the concept, where it's not the most useful car for how hard it is to get it, but it's certainly very, very cool. Now, two cool things, other cool things that are kind of useful. It's right above the train's height, at least when I did it earlier, like right above it. So that allows you to pick people up, drop people off on top of the train, and unfortunately it can't go over here, although you could theoretically jump over. I'm not going to do that right now because it'll feel like dying, because it always seems like that kind of stuff happens to me. So the acceleration is also very good, and the braking is basically that of an aerial vehicle, but it's pretty good too. If I'm correct, this is faster acceleration than the Little Bird, which is pretty impressive. It's almost as fast as the Black Hawk, but not quite, and a noticeable bit slower than the drone. So one pretty useful thing though is that the prison fences, you can go right over them, easy peasy. And you can just hop in and grab anyone you want, grab them, jump back in, and then just be on your merry way. So, like with a lot of things, if you get like the perfect position, you can use that to go up to, like right there. Though it is a bit painful and hard to do sometimes, because it's an odd spot to where it determines the ground level. It's kind of like the center, but it just feels weird. I was going to talk about something else, but I don't remember what it is. But this is pretty cool. You can pick up briefcases while in it, unlike a lot of vehicles, and unlike pretty much every aerial vehicle, which, unless you hunt briefcases like me, you don't really care. But I still think that's pretty cool. One problem I do have though, well, two actually. The stairs, you can't change the color. I already tried. If you can, then there's something I missed. And it's one more thing that annoys me. So, for example, you see that little smoke cloud right there? So if I jump out up here and it parks, you can see little rocket things still. You know, cars normal. But if you go and get out while you're down here, then the smoke cloud stays, which is weird. But, and it's bearable. This car's pretty dang cool anyways. Alright, that's all I got for the Celsior. See ya.